Hey everyone, so check it out. Yesterday, while I was looking for a match to upload to my channel for today, I came across someone who was looking for a multi-battle. Now, at first I was like, nah, I've never really done the multi-battles, so I'm not really gonna know what I'm gonna be doing, and I'm just gonna get in everyone's way and whatever. But the more I thought about it, I was like, that's kind of all the more reason for me to do it. You know, try out new things. Plus, it's always a plus to have, you know, varied content or whatever on your channel, so I decided to go for it. Now, this is a multi-battle with Dan, Ralph, and Gabriel, and you know, it turned out alright. I don't even really want to say more about it than that. I'll just let you watch it and see for yourself. Oh, one quick aside before we actually get into the battle. So, this is what I was looking at as far as, you know, what the potential for things to be in this match were. So, I didn't even bother with trying to think of what I would be going against or whatever. I just kind of picked whatever I felt like might be good and just ran with it. So, here it is, battle time. Alright, Ralph and Gabriel are calling us out. Now, Dan and I aren't going to just take that sitting down. We're going to step up to the challenge here. I'm going to lead with Garchomp, Dan's going to lead with Politoed, while Gabriel and Ralph are going to lead with Noivern and Gengar. Now, first things first, that rain from the Politoed gets set up straight away, and that's kind of unfortunate because my Fire Blast isn't going to do anything if I choose to use it. Either way though, that doesn't really matter because I go for the Stone Edge on the Noivern first turn and make it abundantly clear to everyone what my item is, because there is no universe in which a Garchomp outspeeds a Noivern without a Choice Scarf. So, that being said, some damage gets put onto the Gengar, and Manectric comes out to replace a Noivern. So, Dan here is gonna switch out and go into his Conkeldurr. The Manectric is gonna Mega, and that is unfortunate too because we've got two physical attackers in, and his Intimidate is going to kick in and lower both of our attacks. Either way though, I am just gonna go for the Stone Edge here, try and get some damage off on the Manectric, but because of the Intimidate, it's not going to do that much damage. The Gengar is gonna get that Dazzling Gleam off, which is really good for a multi-battle, hitting both of us like that, and then the Manectric is going to go for the obvious Hidden Power Ice, and that is going to be the end of my Garchomp. So, I'm gonna come back in with Bird now, and we are just going to go for the Brave Bird. That is going to be aimed at the Gengar, but he's going to switch. As a matter of fact, both of our opponents switch. So now we're looking at Sableye and Rotom Wash, but Rotom Wash is part electric and it is not going to take much damage from my Brave Bird. So that is unfortunate, but hey, what are you gonna do? Either way though, the Sableye is not going to take any damage, but here comes Brave Bird. Obviously, I'm not going to go for Rotom Wash anymore. That's on the Sableye now, and that does some very nice damage. Unfortunately, of course, I'm going to take my recoil and stuff. Now, my opponent here makes a pretty big error and burns the Conkeldurr, giving it the Guts boost as my Talonflame goes down to a critical hit stab Hydro Pump, as I'm sure the crit did not matter. Either way though, the knockoff is going to completely demolish the Sableye, and let's see, I have to come back in now. I believe yep, Alakazam. Froyo's coming out. So, the Manectric comes back out too, and I am just going to Mega straight off the bat now. Well, let me have my attack lowered by this Intimidate, as if that mattered for Alakazam. Either way though, I'm gonna Mega. I'm gonna be super fast next turn, but Mega Manectric is super fast now. So it's going to get the Thunderbolt off, and that's going to do some good damage to my Alakazam, but not enough to kill. And I am going to take the Manectric out with the Psyshock. So that is very good. It's also good that I dodged that Hydro Pump just there. Unfortunately, I believe the Conkeldurr's taken 2 Intimidates at this point, so it's not going to do any damage whatsoever with that Drain Punch, and so he's going to have to withdraw so he can get back to his regular attack. He goes into the Politoed, and I'm just going to go for the Psyshock here, which is going to take out the Rotom, so Alakazam is definitely putting in some work here. Very pleased with its performance. Now, the Togekiss is going to come out, and I'm just going to go for that Hidden Power Ice and try and get some super effective damage off on this thing. It doesn't do all that much, but hey, that's about a third. Either way though, the Togekiss is going to come with that Dazzling Gleam, and that's going to get rid of my Alakazam, and now I am knocked out of this match. So the Politoed gets the Toxic off on this Togekiss, and, you know, that's pretty good because Togekiss is pretty bulky, so being able to have the residual damage off on the thing is very nice. Either way though, he's gonna switch out here, and at first I did not understand this play because fighting is going to be weak to Flying and Fairy, so I didn't really understand, but then in a second, now that the Conkeldurr goes down, you're gonna see why he did that. Because here, he's going to come in with... in a second. There it is. Greninja. Okay, so he's in with Greninja, and he's going to go for the Ice Beam straight away. Now, thanks to Protean, of course, he's going to get Stab on that Ice Beam, and that is going to just demolish the Togekiss. So that was his plan, I believe. He was sacrificing his Conkeldurr so he could get a free switch in with Greninja. Now, that Greninja is clearly going to outspeed pretty much everything. Maybe the Gengar was modest, but I'm pretty sure Greninja is just fast as everything in the world. Either way, that's going to be the match. Alright, so there you have it. I actually end up winning my first multi-battle, so nothing really to worry about, I guess. Either way, if you enjoyed, please be sure to like and subscribe because... what? Rematch! Alright, so now I'm in with Gabriel as my ally here, and we're going up against Ralph and Dan this time. Let's go! Alright, so, unfortunately I've lost Dan as an ally, but I've picked up Gabriel, so it's all good, you know? Either way, I'm gonna lead with my Garchomp just like before, and Gabriel's gonna lead with Greninja. Now, we're staring down Gengar and Rotom Wash, and I figure I'm just gonna go really offensive first turn and go straight for the Outrage. Now, that does just about half to the Rotom Wash, which is nice, but the Greninja is going to go for the Dark Pulse, and that is going to bring Gengar straight down to its sash. So that is really good. I figure we're starting pretty strong. The Gengar now is going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, and that's going to do monstrous damage to the Greninja and do almost half to me, and then the Rotom burns me. So that is kind of unfortunate because now Garchomp is all but worthless, right? I mean, its attack is pretty much half. Or so you thought, because this time it's gonna use Outrage on the Gengar, and at 1 HP that thing was going down, so hey, you know, Garchomp managed to secure a kill. I'm happy with that. The Greninja's gonna get some pretty good damage off on the Rotom Wash before that thing decides to Volt Switch out and take it down. So, turn 2, and my Garchomp is the only thing still on the field, so that's kind of funny. Either way though, the Aegislash is gonna come in. I'm gonna take the burn damage, and the Noivern that I so rudely stone-edged last match is gonna come in as an ally this time, and I'm going to attempt to use my outrage, my angry dragon outrage on the next Rotom Wash, but it's not really going to do anything. Noivern is going to get some decent damage off on the Aegislash, but it doesn't really matter because that thing's got lots of defense, and my Garchomp finally goes down. Now, the Aegislash is going to switch stances here and reveal that it is the special variant, and that is going to do very nice damage to the Noivern, unfortunately. So I come in with Froyo here, and I figure I am just going to start attacking, obviously. Now, double Rotom Wash is what we're facing. Double trouble here, one shiny, one not. Either way though, gotta get rid of them. One Rotom Wash is a problem, so two is either way. That one takes the flamethrower there, so that is nice, it goes away. And the next one is going to take that Shadow Ball. Now it's not going to do enough damage to take it out. Instead, it's going to go for the Hydro Pump, and the Noivern is actually going to live with 7 HP, which is kind of crazy, actually. Now, I'm going to go for the Focus Blast and miss! That mattered so much, but the Noivern gets some damage off on the Greninja, but instead of me killing the Greninja kills me, so that is very unfortunate because now all I've got here is Doublade, which means that essentially I am not a threat to this match anymore whatsoever. I've just got a physical wall, so I am really just counting on Gabriel to finish this whole thing off. It's not looking very good at this point in the match. So he goes for the flamethrower and does some pretty solid damage, takes out the Greninja, which is very nice, but this thing is just going to go for the Hydro Pump, and at 7 HP, there was no way whatsoever that the Noivern was going to survive. So, it is unfortunate, but I figure I'm just going to try and get some residual damage. I know that the Rotom just revealed the rest like a second ago, but I mean, it's really all I can do. I mean, I have Gyro Ball, which I'm definitely going to replace with Iron Head, and I have Sacred Sword, so I'm not really doing anything here. Either way though, Gardevoir comes out and Megas, and I'm thinking, okay, well, we might still be in this, but it is still a long shot, especially because of the Aegislash. Now, he knows that and goes for the Shadow Ball, but that's not going to be able to take out the Aegislash when it's in its defensive form. It's going to take that Hydro Pump and not really take much damage whatsoever. Either way, though, the Shadow Ball is going to come in. Our opponents are just ignoring me because, like I said, I am not even a threat at this point. I should have brought something else. But the Gardevoir goes down, and I'm the only one left. You saw, that's what I meant by I couldn't really do anything with Sacred Sword. That was nothing. That's like a 4-hit kill. And now that I'm burned, it's like an 8-hit kill. So I am all but gone as the Aegislash goes for the Shadow Ball and takes me out. Alright. No trickery this time. This really is the end of the video. Either way though, if you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe because I'm definitely going to keep on bringing you these videos. You know, I'm pretty glad to hear that you guys are enjoying them because, as I've said multiple times before, I certainly enjoy making them. Yeah, so have a good night.